So, some obvious differences of opinion there. Let's break it down with Terry Schultz, who is joining us from Brussels. So, Terry, EU leaders, they had hoped to be at least agreeing last night on the process for choosing the next European Commission president. Why are they sort of stuck at the standstill right now?
Well, Sarah, the fact that they can't even agree on how this person should be chosen, much less who he or she should be, underscores just how significant this job is. And that's because the Commission is the only institution that can propose legislation, which, of course, has a huge impact on all 28 member countries. And the president of the Commission also will get to decide which commissioner from which member country gets what job in the new Commission, who's going to be in charge of trade, who gets energy, which country is going to provide the next Federica Mogherini, the foreign policy chief. So there's a lot of power in that job, and no one's going to give it up easily. And the fact that European parliamentary elections took the top two political groups down a notch or two means that political groups from other sizes are saying, hey, we're tired of those two groups having a lock on the top job, and we want it too.
Does this debate, Terry, mean that we could see a new commission president coming from potentially one of the smaller political groups? And how exactly might that work?
That's right. It does mean that. And in fact, the fact the debate has been reopened is seen as favoring Margrethe Vestager. She's from the third political group, the Liberals, and she's somewhat of a unifying figure. She's also a female, which is important. But, you know, there's also the possibility that someone who is not a nominee of the political groups could come in and swoop this job out from under the noses of these candidates. And the name most mentioned in that capacity is Michel Barnier, the Brexit negotiator. So it's really wide open at the moment, and it's going to be a long fight.
Gender balance, you touched on it a little bit there. You know, it's something that we're hearing a lot about when it comes to the EU's top jobs, with European Council President Donald Tusk saying that it's a priority for him. Are we going to see more women taking on key EU roles, you think?
Well, Sarah, we've heard this before. Jean-Claude Juncker also said he was going to have a more gender-balanced commission, and he only managed to have fewer than a third of his commissioners female. But you're right. President Tusk has said that for him it is very important that 2 of the top 4 jobs be women, if possible. That underscores another problem. Member states do not propose women in equal numbers for these top jobs, so the problem starts way below Brussels. But in fact, there's a renewed interest in this, and, you know, Margrethe Vestager's strong candidacy may change things. Sarah?
Terry Schultz in Brussels, thank you.